ladies and gentlemen. The quarterly earnings are upon us, and 2026 starts with the capital markets listed entities doing pretty well in the market. We are now joined by the top management of Anand Rathi Wealth, which has been a huge multi-bagger over the last 3-4 years or so that it has been listed. Let's drill down into earnings. Joining us on the show is Mr. Feroze Azeez, Joint CEO at Anand Rathi Wealth, and we also welcome for the first time Mr. Rajesh Bhutra, a long time associate of Anand Rathi Wealth. He's been with the group for the last 2 decades or so. Mr. Bhutra is the CFO at Anand Rathi Wealth. A warm welcome to both gentlemen. The data, ladies and gentlemen, will continue to be in front of you as far as graphics is concerned. We will now focus on what lies ahead. My first question to you, Feroze ji. Firstly, a happy new year, and tell us what have been the broad achievements in the quarter gone by. How do you look at the numbers and what lies ahead?
Wish you a great new year as well, and to each viewer. If you're listening to Shailji Bhatnagar, then definitely you will have a new year, which is going to be good. And I pray that Lord always does the best things for all the viewers. That's point one. Now, coming to the quarter which has gone by, what are the achievements? I think this was our 17th result after we got listed. And we've actually guided to our shareholder that we're going to be as consistent as possible and as market agnostic as possible. What is the achievement? Being being a little immodest, this is the 17th quarter, and all 17 quarters, year-on-year growth from the same quarter has been 20% plus. So all quarters which have gone by, we have done 20% plus. So that's another quarter of 17. We want the other 17 quarters, the subsequent 17, also to deliver 20% plus PAT growth on a YOY basis. We also have guided our shareholder that we want to have market agnostic performance. Most shareholders of a financial services firm believe that if the market does badly, the company will do badly on their revenue and PAT growth. So we have tried to make sure that we are creating a quarter. For example, the sentiment was not the greatest in the last quarter. You're still growing at the rate of 30%. That's because clients respect you during bad times. That's the kind of advice or distribution network we were trying to create. And that's also one small achievement. We were expecting a 1 lakh crore assets under management. That's happening, close to 99,000. So we have a quarter to still get to 1 lakh. Our revenue guidance has been penetrated 76% in 75% of the time. PAT has been penetrated 78% in 75% of the time. So with God's grace, we should be able to meet our guidance and undercommit and over-deliver, which is the guidance which Rakesh sir and Rathi ji, who are our bosses here, have guided us, and we're trying to live by that.
Right. So the start of 2026 has been on a very strong note. राजेश जी से वार्तालाप करते हैं. भूत्रा साहब, स्वागत है आपका. कोई खास बातें आप बताना चाहते हो? ये जो नेट प्रॉफिट और सेल्स में बहुत ज़बरदस्त आपने उछाल देखा, बावजूद इसके कि जो ब्रॉड ट्रेंड्स हैं बाजार के वो ज़रा नाजुक मोड़ पर खड़े हैं. क्या लगा आपको? किस तरीके से ये परफॉर्मेंस आई?
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हैप्पी न्यू ईयर आपको, सभी दर्शकों को. जो ग्रोथ के नंबर्स है तो मेनली कंसिस्टेंस ग्रोथ, जैसे फिरोज भाई ने बोला था, तो कंसिस्टेंस हमारा जो स्ट्रेटेजी है, जो दैट इज बिगेस्ट थिंग, कि उसी के बेस पे हमारी ग्रोथ हिस्ट्री ग्रोथ 20 से 25% क्वार्टर ऑन क्वार्टर. और अब हम सभी जगह प्रेजेंटेशन ये भी बोलते हैं कि भाई नेक्स्ट 4 to 5 ईयर लॉन्ग टर्म बेसिस पे भी हमारी ये ग्रोथ कंसिस्टेंट ग्रोथ रहेगी. और जहाँ तक नंबर की बात है, तो दिस क्वार्टर वी हैव रेवेन्यू ग्रोथ मोर देन 25% एंड पेड ग्रोथ मोर देन 30%. तो I hope this year we beat our guidance number earlier given. और बेसिकली क्लाइंट्स के जो हमारे पे कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल है, तो अगर आप देखें तो ईयर ऑन ईयर बेसिस पे 16% क्लाइंट फैमिली वी एडेड. तो कंटिन्यू बेसिस पे हमारे ग्रोथ का इंजन्स जो आप बोल सकते हैं, वो कंटिन्यू बेसिस पे बहुत अच्छी तरह अच्छा है. और आगे भी आई थिंक 20 से 25% ग्रोथ इज not a difficult task.
अजीज साहब हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं. फिरोज जी, what has been the physical expansion of Anand Rathi Wealth in the past 3 months? Now that 2025 has ended, what was the growth on the calendar year 2024 in terms of physical reach geographically?
So we've not been expanding geographically too much. That's a very good question, Chelji, and that's the internal debate we've had. Since we are a people's business, we believe in the India Tier 2 story. We've also had a subsidiary license approved in the UK. We have applied for license in Bahrain. That's on the international side. We are looking at increasing our international footprint from Dubai, which is now just Dubai, a couple of more locations where we believe a lot of India-centric investments can come through from the NRI fraternity. That's point one. Point two, in domestically, we have hardly expanded, to be honest. But now we've tried to frame a strategy to carpet bomb some locations, and now we've firmed up that in the next 4 to 5 years we will expand to close to about 40 cities from the current 16 or 15 or 16 which we currently operate domestically. And over the next 1 year, 1.5 years, you should see at least 5, 7 smaller branches open. The reason why we are very thoughtful in terms of expanding geographically, because we want to maintain the same culture and the social fabric and the brand of Uncomplicated needs to be delivered to that market. So we have mapped all our current colleagues, senior ones, to try and see who originates from a certain city. Like I come from Mysore. If I was not doing a joint CEO role, I would love to move back to my parents' city and live with them or live around them. So that's how we've identified the next 7, 8 branches. And I think that's how we will be able to keep the Anand Rathi Wealth brand alive and not dilute it when we are trying to go into the market.
फिरोज जी, अगर आप मुंबई से चले जाएंगे तो फिर आपसे मुलाकात कैसे होगी, और 1.5 घंटे का सफर हवाई जहाज में करना पड़ेगा. माताजी और पिताजी को मुंबई ले आइए, दैट्स इजियर.
अच्छी आइडिया है सर.
चलिए, लेट्स गेट राजेश बूत्रा जी इनटू द कॉन्वर्सेशन. राजेश जी, ये बताइए किस तरीके से फैमिली ऑफिसेज में इजाफा हुआ, किस तरीके से अल्ट्रा HNI क्लाइंट्स में वृद्धि हुई, और कहां-कहां आपने ज्योग्राफिकली ज्यादा पैसा आता हुआ देखा मैनेजमेंट के लिए?
During last 1 year, we have added a family clients, 1800 plus across the India. Or in case of family client money, net client money we received from Mumbai as well as Bangalore also, a similar level. Or last 1 year we have opened 2, 3 places where Mangalore office or Bangalore office, then Nagpur office, and one is Ahmedabad office. So physically in presence of India, we have opened 3 offices in India.
Feroze ji, let's take this question with you. What has been the growth in number of family offices looking to take advice from you, as also Ultra HNIs?
So, Shailji, we don't classify clients as family offices and non-family office. The total families expanded, families we give advice to or distribution services to, expanded to 13,200 from some 11,700. Now come to the larger clients, we call them the platinum segment. Unfortunately, in India, family office is a loosely governed word. Globally, family office, if I have to service a family office and call myself a family office service provider, then I need to have close to about 25 services, from real estate rental incomes to everything under the sun comes under a family office. So we don't serve with the nomenclature of family office to a single family office. But we have these platinum segment. The platinum segment deals with ultra HNI. That has expanded dramatically over the last couple of years. We had only 35 or 40 platinum clients. Now we have crossed 203. We've never, for a cost pressure, never lost a platinum client, because quite a few wealth managers have this model of reducing cost and trying to earn from another source. And bring down the optical cost. So we have not lost clients that. So 28% of our assets under management comes from these 203 families, and that's grown rapidly. And that's a great question, Shailji, and that's where we're focusing. And this number, which we call the ultra HNI or the plat segment, in the next few years should reach 500 families.
Okay. Another question, Feroze, coming to you. Last 15-18 months have been problematic. We've seen people not really lose faith in the Indian equities market, but the valuation matrix as well as the negativity in returns on mid-cap and small-cap funds has sort of hurt sentiment. What are you hearing from your clients?
So we of course, the kind of Vatavaran you see, clients are a little more pessimistic than they should ideally be. But I think we've already finished 1.5 years of time correction, about 2-3% of price correction on the broader headline number. Like you rightly said, the broader market, the pain is far deeper. But now, if I stick to Nifty for a moment, we are looking at a 11-12% increase in earnings, decrease in price marginally, 1.5 years of time correction. So I think we are at the cusp of when the hope is low, the probability of making money is the highest. So that's the faith we instill in a client, because we always onboard clients who have intergenerational wealth, not short-term wealth. That's point one. Point two, if you look at FII outflows, calendar year last year has been the highest ever, 1,66,000 crores of outflow. But the silver lining in the dark cloud is, in the same period, DIIs last year brought 7.5 lakh crores. इतना ज्यादा पैसा निकालने के बावजूद FII सिर्फ 20% पैसा निकाल पाया जितना DII लाया. उसके पहले का जो 2-3 साल पहले जब कैलेंडर ईयर 22 था, उसमें सिर्फ 1.25 करोड़ ले गया था FII, बट उस साल DII सिर्फ 2,72,000 करोड़ लाया था. तो 43% की आउटफ्लो 3 एज अ प्रोपोर्शन. सो आउटफ्लो बढ़ी है FII की, but as a percentage of DII inflow, it is sharply reduced. That's why you see markets are not panicking as much as Mr. Trump wants us to panic in the capital markets. इसीलिए आप देख रहे हैं ट्रम्प साहब ने 500% की टैरिफ करी, अगस्त 8 को 25%, फिर वापस 4 दिन बाद 25%, ये सब तो इंप्लीमेंट हो गई 50%. उसके बावजूद निफ्टी 1500 पॉइंट ऊपर है 8 अगस्त से. ये इसीलिए हो रहा है क्योंकि डोमेस्टिक इनफ्लोस रोबस्ट है. 31,000 करोड़ की SIP का आंकड़ा मजाक तो है नहीं. स्ट्रेट लोअर स्ट्रेटा की उम्मीदें बनी हुई है. स्मॉल कैप में पहले 10 दिन में जनवरी में ऑलमोस्ट 900 करोड़ स्मॉल कैप में फंड में आया है, तो उम्मीद बरकरार है रिटेलर की. HNI हमेशा लास्ट 5 साल से मैं देख रहा हूं, जब खरीदना चाहिए बेच रहा है, बेचना चाहिए तब खरीद रहा है. बट हमारे क्लाइंटों का हम हाथ थामते हैं जब जज्बात काफी हावी होते हैं एक इंसान पे. So that's why we are even there.
Fair point. A couple of final questions to you, Feroze. How do you see the markets at this point of time? What's the prognosis for 2026?
So, Shailji, you are the better judge because you track markets closely than I do, like I always tell you. But yeah, for whatever it's worth, I would say that Nifty delivering more than median return in calendar year 26 is a very high probability. Median return of Nifty over the last few years or last couple of decades in this century is about 11%. The mean return is 14. Mean के इर्द गिर्द हम अपनी उम्मीदें नहीं रखते. तो कैलेंडर ईयर 26, I personally think median plus returns are very likely. That's point one. Point two, there is a certain kind of an equilibrium between all the three segments, large, mid, and small. Don't be too hesitant, is what I'll tell the viewer, to add small cap into the portfolio. Small caps itself are large. Now, for example, we are a part of NSE Small Cap 250. All right, we are a 26,000 crore market cap company with a free float of half of that, 13,000 crores. The largest small cap company is 35,000 crores. The smallest one is 8-9,000 crores. So, point I'm trying to get to is small caps in English. A perception is created in our minds because of the word that ये 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 करोड़ की मार्केट कैप की कंपनियां होंगी. बट इतना घबराए ना, 500 कंपनियों में ही पूरा मिड कैप, स्मॉल कैप, लार्ज कैप निपटा दिया है म्यूचुअल फंड इन्वेस्टर के लिए. तो आई थिंक इट्स क्वाइट सेफ. डोंट गेट टू इंटिमिडेटेड बाय owning small caps and buy them. That's where the growth for long term can be propelled using and that's where you will get the excess return over Nifties and NSE Small Cap 250.
Because Anand Rathi Wealth does such fantastic research on fund portfolios, Feroze ji, I will be failing in my duty if I don't ask what are the top picks as far as fund investments are concerned at Anand Rathi Wealth in the large cap, mid cap, small cap and flexi cap space. If you could just share 2 names each or 3 names each, or whatever your favorite is, for the benefit of our viewers.
In large cap, I would just say quant large cap for the courageous, not looking at the rear view mirror, can generate alpha. It has not generated over the last 1 year. That's point one. On flexi cap, I continue to recommend HDFC flexi cap, which is your favorite scheme as well, as I know, Shail sir. In small cap, Invesco small cap, which is Tahir Badshah's scheme, which has done stupendously well. If you go to the mid cap category, Kotak Emerging, in spite of Pankaj Saab moving out and creating 𝐀𝐽𝐿𝐺𝐼, has done very well, and I think the foundational stones of that portfolio still remain intact, and Nilesh sir is looking at it personally as well. So that will be on the mid cap space. So these 4 schemes, and if you actually want a more of a large and mid cap category, which is a good category, the SBI large and mid cap is definitely one of the categories. If you buy and then stay invested for about 3 years, this combo should beat Nifty by about 3 to 4% compounded for the next 3 years.
Wonderful. So with these 5 funds, ladies and gentlemen, we'll do our own research and come back at you. Thank you, gentlemen. Feroze ji and Rajesh ji. Here's wishing you a great year ahead. May the pain that all of us have felt in the last 15-18 months disappear, and we look to better days and better earnings from now on. Happy Lohri to both of you, and here's wishing you the best.
Wish you the same, sir.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll call it a day. Feroze Azeez and Rajesh Bhutra representing Anand Rathi Wealth, a company that has created a lot of wealth for its shareholders and continues to help HNIs, family offices and other investors to make serious money by just investing simply in funds. Thank you for watching. There's more ahead on Business Day Television. Please continue.